New construction, a good investment? Stay tuned. Hi everybody, welcome back to So You Want to Live in Bahia. My name is Kitty and I'm a gringa living here in Salvador, Bahia for 11 years. And I am a licensed real estate agent. So today let's talk about a great option for foreigners as far as purchasing here, and that is new construction. Now, new construction is a great option for foreigners because it's the only way you can sort of receive some financing, because you are paying along the way payments for an apartment before it's made. Now, one thing I want to break down for you here is that Brazil is different than the US. I'm from California. I don't know how it is in other parts of the world, but there you have apartment buildings that the whole building's owned by a company and the people in there rent, no one owns, and they all pay to that company. But here it's not like that. Every apartment you see has its own owner. In order for the building to be built, there's a project. People buy their apartments ahead of time. They put a deposit down, they pay monthly, they pay at the end when it's finished, and that's how you buy a new apartment. There's no one company that's going to fund this multi-million-dollar project and then later sell the units. And so I think new construction's great if you don't have all the money, but you have a chunk of it, and you can always, the apartment you're gonna get is gonna be very nice. And it used to be a great investment. Now things are changing, and I wanted to fill you in on how exactly it's changing. First of all, it had been a risk to buy new construction. In Bahia alone, there's 3 different buildings I know of that went belly up, meaning that the construction company just ran out of money. And so all the people who bought in that building had to get together, form their own sort of corporation and take over the project. So in order to not lose all the money they spent on an apartment, they had to spend more money to complete the project. And so that made this option not very stable, with some risk involved. Now that's gotten better, because now I would say most big projects are backed by banks. So you have a little bit of insurance there. And that's good, because that didn't exist before. And that is what was causing lots of problems. For instance, there's a building, if you live in Bahia, I think the most famous example, this building here, it's Palazzo, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the name, I'm gonna link some photos. But it took like 10 years to make this building. And I'm not surprised, because when they were selling the apartments, they were selling them for a very good price, almost too good. Because these new construction projects take about 3 years, and it's hard to forecast inflation. So I think that was their downfall. There's a small bit of time where the banks backed it and the projects were still economical. This is a big thing that Brazilians do here, is they buy apartments they never plan to live in. They buy them for investment. They buy until the very end, and they don't do anything to it. They don't furnish it or nothing. They just sell it, and they can sell it for quite a lot more money than what they paid for it. And that's why it was such a great investment. You could hold on to an apartment like that for 1 year, turn around, sell it, and make money, and do it again, do it again. Now, recently, the most recent project in Bahia is really expensive. I think it's gonna be really expensive. I think they have it priced for what a studio apartment would cost 3 years from now. And this project's unique in that in Bahia, if you wanted to buy it in one of these new projects, it was word of mouth only, because before they would even get around to getting the permits to advertise, the whole project would be sold out, and then they wouldn't have to advertise. And all hush hush, you go to the agency, you're not allowed to take photos, you're not allowed to take video, you just get to see everything, you don't get to bring anything home with you, and you get sold, you buy, and then later you get the promotional materials. So now, for the first time in ages, I'm seeing a stand de vendas in Bahia where you can go and you can check it out and possibly purchase an apartment. And I never seen it get to that here in Bahia, because in other parts of the city, yes. Now, stand de vendas, this one is simple. Sometimes the stand de vendas will show you an actual, like, this is exactly what the 1-bedroom apartment's gonna look like. It'll be a total mock-up, so you can walk in and have a good idea of what it looks like. This one not. But this is, the market's changing. Now, will every single project in Bahia from here on out be expensive? I don't know. And if you're interested in buying, please let me know. Hit me up and I will research for you and we can find something. Because this could just be the most expensive of all, and maybe some other projects will be more affordable. Not very likely, to be honest. I really do think that we're seeing a real shift in the market post-COVID, because during the lockdown, things were very affordable. There was a lot of things on the market, and now I'm starting to see price increases. And so, is this worthwhile? It's not as worthwhile as it used to be, that's for sure, because the prices are very expensive. But these new buildings are very, very nice. So, and the best part of it is it's an easy way to get your foot in the door. Because if you're a foreigner, you need to be an all-cash investor. You cannot get financing here. This is the closest thing you can get to financing. So I think it's still worthwhile, not really the bargain that it had been before, but that's your trade-off. You have less risk now, which means that the prices are higher. It kind of makes sense. Anyhow, I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Leave any comments. I like comments. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I do appreciate it. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. Beijos!